You're tuning in to the online broadcast network, AfterBuzz TV. Over 20 million weekly downloads in over 150 countries, and your number one source for after-show entertainment. AfterBuzz TV, the destination for TV superfans. Producing aftershows for over 300 of your favorite TV shows. Interviewing celebrities and showrunners. And bringing you behind-the-scenes exclusives. All thanks to E! Entertainment's Maria Menounos, producer Kevin Undergaro, and internet leader Akamai. Now, let the buzz begin!
I like this music. Good evening, AfterBuzzers! We are here at the AfterBuzz TV studios giving you everything American Horror Story Season 4. I am your host for the evening, David Schifilliti, joined again by the beautiful Jillian Leff.
Hi, guys. Welcome back.
Welcome back. And across the table, we have Pegah Rad.
Hi, guys.
And for
That's
the first... Peg's Rad. And for the first time at AfterBuzz, entertainment expert and pop culture enthusiast.
Oh, yes.
Carrie Keagan, welcome.
Hi, everybody.
We're so happy to have you here.
I was just really, really happy to be watching Freakshow.
Well, I'm saying
good.
she's a horror freak herself. So
You don't know what my freaky side is.
Listen,
we don't know each other that well.
I follow you on Twitter, girl. I know what you're into.
Okay, all right, enough.
So we did episode 1 tonight titled Monsters Among Us. Initial thoughts, ladies.
I'm excited about this season.
I am too.
Honestly.
But did it live up to the hype, do you think?
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah.
I thought that it had all of the proper amount of freaks, which was, honestly, it was a fear of mine that they weren't going to put enough, but all the teaser trailers were all about the freaks, so I'm like, yes. My only sad part was that they didn't have the forked tongue guy from the teaser trailers. That guy wasn't in the first episode, so I'm like, okay.
We still have so many more episodes, so many more people that can show up.
There's a lot more that could happen. Some freaky shit is going
Freaky
down.
stuff can happen, which is exciting. Pegah, what'd you think?
I loved it, and I'm terrified of the clown. Let me just say that right off the bat. Like, I already have visions. Like, it's gonna haunt me.
We'll get to the clown.
The clown is fantastic, and after watching The Strain, by the way, I don't know if anybody's watching The Strain, but that monster sucks balls so badly that when you actually got to see when the clown showed up, I'm like, yes, finally somebody knows how to make horror on TV.
Ryan Murphy does it good.
He does.
What do you think, Julie?
Until they start singing.
We'll get to that.
We will get to that.
I did love it. I really liked this first episode, kind of by itself. In comparing it to other seasons, I remember being so overwhelmed the first episode of last season with so much information going on.
Yeah.
I thought that they laid it out really nicely. We're usually really overwhelmed with Ryan's and Brad's shows, I think. But I was comfortable. Like, I had a nice pace taking my notes, and I got to take it all in. I was scared. I was thrilled. I was nervous. It was a little bit of everything, I think.
Was there something that stuck out that made you go, ugh?
The singing.
The singing. Everybody, the singing.
I will take the clown over the singing any day. And it's not that I don't like Jessica Lange. I have no issues with her voice or the choice of song. Not in my fucking horror shows, okay? That's not why I'm here.
No, it was funny. I was cruising Twitter today before just to kind of see what everyone was talking about, and I guess, somebody that screened it before the actual premiere said less singing, more killing. And then I finally got it. And I have to agree, less singing, more killing.
I was happy with the amount of killing for the first episode. Thank you very much. Because a lot of people died in the first episode.
They did.
That's true.
We have this killer clown on the loose, and a lot of people died. So I'm cool with the amount of people that are dead as of yet.
Listen, I want to, guys, if you were part of the fan coven last season, we want you to be a fan freak this season. So you can definitely use the hashtag fanfreak to talk to us on and off of the show. We would love the conversation. But I really want to talk about the two guests that we had on our finale last season, Aaron and Mike, who do all of the makeup for the show.
Who have done an incredible job
That clown.
thus far.
Holy goodness.
That clown is gonna haunt my nightmares.
Yes.
But not only the clown, let's not forget the Coneheads. They are normal, everyday people. And actually, she is quite beautiful
She
in
is.
person.
Naomi.
And when you see her on the show.
Pepper, right?
Yeah, Pepper.
Okay.
She's like, I mean, I'm convinced that she does. That's a whole different person.
Yeah.
Like, they actually cast a real
It's
freak.
the teeth and the nose
Everything.
and the posture.
All the prosthetics and everything and the hair.
I love it.
They do such an amazing job, and they have
Jessica
have
Lange's
outdone
eyebrows.
themselves. Yeah. I was convinced that her eyebrows always looked like that because I couldn't remember.
I was having like weird Drew Carey show flashbacks with the blue eyeshadow.
Oh, God, Mimi.
Yes.
Mimi. We
I
will
was.
talk
Sorry,
about
Jessica.
that. We will talk about that later when we
Yeah.
get to her singing because they did pay homage to the music video in that whole
Okay.
outfit with the eyeshadow and everything like that, and just her whole look. But let's just start off with our episode. We're taking place. We're in Jupiter, Florida, which is probably the worst
It's
place
cooler
on
than
Earth.
Miami.
Come on, have you been to Jupiter?
Not in the 30s.
Or the 50s?
Yeah.
That's true. I haven't been there in the 50s, but those of you who know me from here at AfterBuzz, in my history here, I am not a fan of Florida. Not to hate on Florida, but everyone knows that all horrible things that happen in this country come from Florida. I know it's a very general statement,
Wow.
but you look it up. There's a lot of
he's-
terrible things about Florida.
He's just really bitter about it. Yeah, he's
Some
bitter.
stuff happens down south, yes.
A lot of
That
stuff.
is true.
And when it happens, you're like, oh, it happened in Florida. Big surprise.
Don't
David.
generalize, man. Don't stereotype.
I
Not
can't
here.
help it.
Not
I can't
now.
help it. It's Florida. But we get to meet in this episode Bet and Dot right off the bat, who we don't know if they've killed their mother.
Well, we do. They definitely
But
did.
do we?
Yeah, by the end of the episode, we do know that for a
Is it
fact.
confirmed for a fact, though? I mean, I know that they, as the episode goes along, they do make up some story. And then Jessica Lange recounts a story to them.
Yeah,
that we
basically Jessica
see.
Lange is trying to bust them in their lies because they're really, really bad liars because they can't even agree on the same story.
Yeah, they're like, what did you say?
Well, they have psychic abilities. They can talk to
They
each
can talk
other,
to each other, yeah.
which I thought was really interesting because I've never.
But Dot's grumpy.
Dot is grumpy
Totally
and
grumpy.
Bet is sweet, right? Is that
Yes.
what we figured out?
Well,
Yes.
we don't really know if Bet is that sweet since she killed her mom, or so we're led to believe
So
in
we're
these
led to believe.
We don't know
flashbacks.
what hand killed the mom, so which side
Well, that's
is
also
the
the
bad
other thing. Do they each have control of a hand
That's what I was just going to say. I don't know.
individually?
we don't get that
We don't know that
information.
But then
information.
she
We
tried
know
to
that they
stab
share
the
a
other
circulatory system. We know
Yes.
that there's 2 hearts, 4 lungs.
4 lungs, yeah.
And
Three
One
kidneys.
lady part.
Three kidneys,
lady part,
one
which could get
bladder.
complicated.
Let's
Well-
be real, with lobster hands, it could get complicated.
Well, what's her face?
Oh my God, can we just talk about lobster hands? It's my favorite part of the whole show.
We will. Bet does talk about their lady part in this episode, and she says that they are a virgin. Jessica Lange brings it up, and she says that she touches herself, and Dot closes her eyes. And
Dot does not want it to
pretends-
She
happen.
pretends like she
Right.
doesn't like it, yeah.
Pretends that she doesn't
She
feel
secretly
it.
loves it.
You know, I
does.
I was ready for
She
the,
only likes it when the left hand is doing it.
I was ready for the sex in this show because when we saw the opening credits, they were released, a week or 2 ago. It was really sexy. There's a lot of things happening, and I think that was one of the major themes that were kind of running throughout the show is sex. And I think that that's going to have a lot to do with
Can you
what
name a
happens.
season that hasn't been
Yeah,
about
I feel like that's
Just like,
reoccurring.
I mean, think about the opening credits as opposed to the other seasons. They're a little bit different. It's a different style. There's a lot of weird things happening, like there might be some masturbation going on. There
The
was a
little
guy
doll
with
of
a
the twins
penis
is kissing.
leg.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah. Yeah, the penis leg guy. So for me, I was expecting that because actually Ryan came out and said that there are, I guess, Easter eggs in the opening credits.
Oh, yeah.
But he didn't
For
say
the
anything about a
season.
penis leg.
No, he didn't. But maybe we'll see that. Who knows? Who knows?
Yes!
Or leg in place of a penis.
I don't even know.
It's a third leg either way.
Yeah, either way.
I mean, we've seen a two-headed woman, so there's really a lot we can see.
By the way,
I
can we
think
just,
we
the
can
effects
see.
on that's not even makeup. The effects on her double head is outstanding.
Pretty incredible.
I also really liked how they are kind of doing the split screen thing
Yes,
to get each of their reactions. No, but I just I enjoyed it. Like
I enjoy it too, but let's call a spade a spade. It is to save money in effects.
They had to do something because that was going to be crazy and take so much time to try and get both of them on screen constantly.
Can you imagine playing two parts though? Because the parts are so different.
Well, if you look at
Not if you're
they are very
schizophrenic. What?
different. If you look at Bet's on the left, right? That must be like a very uncomfortable position for Sarah Paulson to be in because her head's completely
that.
tilted the entire time.
I don't know. I mean,
should we do the rest of the shot?
Okay,
Here we go.
I feel like after a while, let's say after 14 hours of shooting, and your head is tilted to the side, that could get very
That could
uncomfortable.
get
do you think she knew what she was signing up for? She's like, yes, I'll do two parts.
Yes,
Wait,
I'll do two
what?
parts.
Listen, she has been down for so much in this series, so I think she was just excited
She's
to be
cool
a part
to
of
do
it.
whatever.
Asylum, by the way. That alone tested, I think, every ounce of her being. And now
my
she's
gosh.
like, what, you want me to have two heads? Whatever.
And
do
before I forget, I know we're jumping around a lot,
We are
but I
jumping.
do want to bring up Asylum because they did mention it in this episode. Elsa and Jimmy were talking at the diner, and she basically said, you know, this is all you guys have. It's this or the Asylum. And as we know, this is a prequel
catch.
to the Asylum since Pepper is in it. So this is Pepper before she was actually in the Asylum because that takes place in the 60s.
Wow.
You're good. I
Very
did not
nice.
even pick up on that.
Jigglypuff.
I wrote it right down. I was like, Asylum mentioned. Let's do this.
That's good.
Yeah. So, I mean, I hope I'm not the only one that caught it, but I'm excited to see if there's anything else that's connected since we do have Pepper.
There may be other characters from Asylum that show up.
Well, I don't know.
Which would be
Pepper's the only one that's
interesting.
confirmed right now, so I think anything is possible
Yeah,
at
but
this
they
point.
don't want to confirm or deny anything because they're going to keep you watching for the entire season. Maybe James Cromwell will show back up. I don't know.
Oh, man.
I kind of picked up on kind of a reoccurring theme where back in the Coven it was like a place of refuge where the witches came and, you know, we're a family, and then here we are at the Freak Show. Everybody's coming and seeking refuge. All the, freaks are together. So I kind of felt like that was a reoccurring theme.
Yeah.
Family.
Yeah,
Actually, I
family.
guess all of them. All the seasons.
The
all
Asylum
four
too,
of them.
yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know about Murder House.
Yeah, they were
Murder
family.
House.
Yeah, it was all
that's
family.
true. Okay then.
Interesting. Good call.
Yeah,
Good little
thanks.
catch there. That's very interesting. Let's talk about the clown.
Oh, okay. Twisty, was it?
Twisty.
Okay.
Twisty. He is a murderous.
He's the thing
Mean.
of
I'm like
horror
trying to figure out
beauty
like
is
what he is.
He's perfect.
He is kind of perfect in a very horror film
He
way.
doesn't say a word. Everything is
Yeah.
in his eyes. His eyes don't even move that much. That smile is just horrendous. It's things that nightmares are made of. He's dirty. He's he smells.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
And he's
has
just
to.
killing people. And he's got his little bag of tricks that he brings everywhere
And he
with
gets
him.
really upset when he can't make a little balloon animal. He
See,
like
that's-
threw things like all over the place.
I'm very confused by him because he is running around stabbing people with scissors, right? A pair of scissors.
Is
Yes.
it scissors?
Yeah.
Yeah?
Yes.
I think it is scissors.
I thought it was a broken pin. I really looked away
He
at
hits
that
people
point.
on the head with the pins.
Okay.
and then he stabs them with the scissors.
Right.
But he then kidnapped the girl and he kidnapped the young boy. And he's not like torturing them or anything like that. He's just
They're just
I
engaged.
Performing
think
them
that he
for them.
wants to have an audience. I think
Yeah.
that he's desperate to have friends. And that's what those two are there for. Honestly.
it's horrifying.
I see that. Totally.
Every clown needs an audience.
Yeah.
And
I
so
agree.
we have to figure out why he's killing people. That's the other side of the story. But I think deep down inside, he's like a sad clown. So like he wants to be a happy clown
Now-
in front of his audience.
Do you think he's looking for an audience or he's looking for a family? And I'm going to jump ahead to the end of the episode when the freaks are killing the detective and the clown is watching them and he's intrigued by them.
Oh, I thought he had like killing FOMO. Like he was like really jealous. He's like, I want to get on it. Come on.
Somebody give me a
This
scissor.
is my territory.
Maybe he was just getting off on it. Maybe it was a little bit of like,
The eyes.
And he's like, better you than me. This is going to confuse everyone.
I mean, that's what I
That
thought.
was his inner monologue. See, the way that I saw it was that he was like, oh, there's a place where I can belong.
Wow.
All right. See, like that warms my heart.
It did.
A little bit.
Right?
Minus his, if I covered up his smile.
Yeah.
Do you think that by the end of the season he's going to have a family with the Freak Show?
That's that's where I see his character arc going, despite the fact that I am terrified by clowns and have been scared of clowns ever since I saw the movie It as a child. I can't, except the end of that movie is ridiculous. But everything up to the end of that film is incredible.
The poltergeist clown is the one that got me. But I'm not really afraid of clowns, but this
This one
particular
is, they took
like,
all the most horrifying things. It looks like you pointed out, Carrie, that the top of his head is someone else's head, right?
It looks
like
like
his
it's
wig.
someone else's skin as a hat he's wearing.
Yeah.
And then he's got like a
Lovely.
very obvious smile prosthetic that's
Right.
tied around his stuff. And God only knows what's happening underneath. The dirty clothes.
So dirty.
Just actually, I was surprised because I usually close my eyes through most things, but I was able to watch a lot of the killing. I know last season it was really bad, like the eyeballs being the melon baller. I thought I was gonna puke. He was making fun of me. I'm the only one that's scared. Vice versa. So
You at least don't scream, though. Oriana and Sarah scream.
yeah, I mean, I was
Ariana. Hi, Sarah.
expecting to be scared more, I think. I went into it hearing all of these rumors from, cameramen that are on set that come back and said, you have no idea, we were petrified when John Carroll Lynch is walking around in the costume. It's the scariest thing that we've ever done.
Oh my
and for
gosh.
me, I was like, it's scary, but, and I hate to say this, but like, I'm ready for more.
It's only episode 1.
See, Harry.
Now, I've seen episode 2, and I'm not going to spoil
Don't-
anything,
Please
but all I
don't.
can say is it's only episode 1.
See, for me, when I don't get very jumpy, and I'm not very scared of like things like that. The clown itself may frighten me, but when he stabbed the young boy with the scissors, when we get to see that for the first time, I got a little jumpy, and it took me back because it was very gruesome.
Definitely like a horror movie scare tactic, that.
Yes.
Yeah.
And I sort of jumped.
Oh, that's a good point.
That is a good point. Okay, tell them. Steven, our engineer.
So, what if Twisty turns the kids that are captured into new attractions?
Which is a very interesting concept.
I mean, that could be taken many ways. He could deform them so they do become
no.
their own freak show. Because we know that he's capable of killing, so he's capable of anything.
I did hear a teaser that Twisty turns people into.
Is that why they call him
Freaks.
Twisty?
So then maybe he was like, watching them and trying to take notes. Like, what are they doing over here? So when I open my freak show,
I don't.
you know what I mean? Like, how do they
interesting.
run things here so I can.
I guess I'm just excited for his backstory because in all of the stuff that I had read before this, they said that not only were there going to be physical freaks on the show, but also mental freaks. So, like, I want to know what happened in his past because they always develop these amazing backstories to the characters, and we do eventually get to find out. We might have to wait a little bit, like, in every season, but we do find out. So, I mean, I can't wait to hear about his childhood.
His daddy was really mean to him.
Yeah.
A lot of daddy issues. I'm going to say a lot of
Twisty.
mommy issues. I'm going to say a lot of just issues.
No, because I feel like this is not mommy issues because he's obviously keeping these kids for a reason.
Yeah.
And there's there's something deeper there. Like, he's not killing them.
Right.
So
Yeah.
I feel like mommy issues, he probably would have offed them already. Daddy issues, then he's like, he still has mommy love that
Okay.
he's willing to give. So I feel like this is going to be a gruesome and wonderful journey that we're on with this.
As far as gruesome and wonderful journeys go, Jimmy and his mama, the bearded lady.
Jimmy Darling,
Jimmy
my new
Darling.
boyfriend. By the way, just for the record, this kid has like hit the payload on acting roles for like the 4 seasons that he's been on. He's been able to do
Totally.
everything awesome that like any kid would ever want to
Yeah.
do
I
ever.
agree.
And then
he's
snag a
great.
girlfriend out of it too, right? Or
Yeah.
fiance now. Am I wrong?
Oh, fiance now, yeah.
Yeah, so they'll be on the show eventually together. She's set to appear a little bit later in the season.
Do you think that they worked on those lobster claws together?
Babe, I really got to practice this role.
I need to understand what
Method
these
acting,
can
babe.
do for real.
So, what's his mom's name? Ethel.
Ethel,
Okay, Ethel's the bearded lady, and he is the lobster boy. Jimmy's the lobster boy. And we find out that she is a drunkard that Elsa found and saved her from that. We still
Right.
don't know how Jimmy comes to pass.
Well, I think I know, but I don't want to spoil it for the viewers
Don't.
because I read the character descriptions. So hopefully that'll be revealed next week. But
Hopefully.
we do definitely know where he came from.
Okay, we do find out
Yeah,
who his
we
dad
will
Yeah,
find
is.
because
out.
that character has not been introduced yet.
Okay, so that's good.
So, sorry, the part where Elsa goes and gets her from the jail,
Mm-hmm.
she's wearing all white. All the other scenes, she's wearing red, so kind of satanic. She's carrying that bag that has the Satan on there, right?
Okay.
So why do you think she's wearing white in that one? It's something I thought of, and I was like, does that mean something? Is she...
Well, I'm thinking maybe she was the first.
Okay.
Because what we find out what Elsa does is she reads the local papers and she looks at any unusual happenings. So, I bet there was something written about a bearded drunk lady being arrested, just like there was a story about, Bet and Dot. I read.
Right.
So maybe she was the first of the freak show. Who knows?
Maybe.
She's always wanted to be a star. Elsa's always wanted to be a star. And this might be her shot. She's always looking for the next big thing, the next meal ticket that's going to carry her and bring the audience in so she can shine.
Yeah. I'll
She
tear your
should have been a
motives.
star.
And we'll get to Elsa. We'll get to her in a minute, but I really want to talk about Jimmy's wandering hands.
Oh, I think it's great. Like, who would have thought? He's pleasuring housewives at Tupperware parties.
Well, we see him in the diner at the beginning of the episode, and
He's got mittens on.
he does have mittens on, and he's flirting with the waitress.
Right.
And Elsa sort of shames him.
She has to keep him in line.
Well, yes, of course,
Doesn't
because she doesn't
wanna
want
lose him.
Doesn't want to lose him.
Yeah.
He's hers. That's it. She's territorial, like any girlfriend would be, except it's not that relationship. It's like, you're mine.
Right.
Let's go.
Well, and she also knows that if he tries to sort of go off and be normal, that she's gonna lose one of her best sort
Attractions.
Performers attraction.
But he's also the one that goes out into the public and sort of gets the girls to come in and all that. So almost like a concierge. She's gonna lose. She's gonna lose the host of the show.
Well, I guess of all the oddities in the show, his is the least concealable.
the least concealed.
Or the most concealed,
Yeah.
that's what I meant to
Yeah,
say.
for sure.
Right?
Absolutely.
And he's so
yeah.
cute.
Yeah.
And there's that, yeah.
I was actually
helps.
surprised because Ethel was introduced as Elsa's right-hand woman, yet she's going behind Elsa's back. She's rooting for her this entire episode, and then there's that scene in the trailer with her son where we find out that he's actually doing these Tupperware parties on the sly and paying her bills.
Well, I don't know if you know this, but prostitution is illegal.
Yes, but, Mama's on board, so...
Obviously,
Was it illegal
Ethel
in
doesn't want
1952?
him to have to split the profits. This is not. I mean, Elsa does not deserve his money for
Right.
his hand jobs.
But yeah, she doesn't want to leave the freak show because he's like, we can have a better life if we leave. We don't need this. And she's like, no, we must
He
stay.
can finger the world.
Yeah.
Well, the thing is, you have to think about it. They've been in Jupiter for 3 months now, and they haven't had any business. They have no money. So they have to find a way to make money somehow. They would have been getting paid had they had business.
I mean, they're living pretty luxuriously for not getting paid.
Elsa is for
Yeah.
Yeah.
sure. The rest of them are in crappy little tents.
Well, Bet and Dots was nice, too.
Well, they're new.
They're the stars.
And they're yes, and they even specify the size of your tent is
Your worth?
related to how big of a star you are in the show. They specifically said that in the episode.
I did see a history of freak shows documentary recently.
Was it that black and white movie called Freaks?
No, and it was not. But they, I don't remember what it was called. I'll try and figure it out. But originally the freak shows did have the higher billing stars, the Siamese twins, the tall man, the strong man, the tattoo man, and the bearded lady were usually the biggest stars of the show.
So what you're saying is I need to grow a beard.
Grow a beard.
That's
Or
like
get a
kind of
sign
last
that's
You
right.
guys want to do?
Or get a lot of tattoos.
I would totally do that. What are you guys going to do? I'm going to have a beard and tats, because that's trending right now.
Oh, yeah, there you go.
Well, I'm really good at the limbo, so maybe I can contort. Who knows?
Ooh.
There you go.
I actually
knows?
have a kind of. I'm double jointed.
In that
So
one
my finger goes.
You guys
like
can be a
all
double
the
A.
way.
There's a freak among us!
Oh my
All the way.
God!
Yeah.
Kind of weird.
I
And then
used
it
to be
locks
able to do
up.
stuff,
It's-
but I can't do anything anymore.
Stop doing it. It's gross.
Yeah, I know.
I'm sorry.
That's cool. Can you guys have like a partnership? Can you guys do a
Maybe.
thing?
We can be a dual act.
Let's do it.
There you go.
I showed a
Got
little
some
bit of contorting
competition.
when Jessica Lange was watching the video to remind
The weird porn.
Candy striper.
Yeah.
the kids.
So let's get into Elsa. Elsa's a mean, mean lady.
Is she mean?
I think so.
I think she has
I don't know if she's
heart.
necessarily mean, but she definitely has a chip on her shoulder.
Yeah, she wants to be a star.
Right.
And she's not getting that.
And we do find out in this episode that she had a cabaret act. She's German.
Yes.
She's
She
very
has
difficult to
Fierce
understand.
eyeshadow.
Yeah, and
Amazing eyeshadow. Just blue garage doors.
I read somewhere that her character is actually after Marlene Dietrich, which was an
Marlene
actual
Dietrich.
German Dietrich, sorry, an actual German show performer back in the 50s.
Yes.
So
Well, he does like to pull, Ryan does like to pull from history. I mean, we see it all the time.
Miss
But
Dietrich did not have missing legs.
no,
No.
I don't believe
don't
so.
believe that either.
No.
But it is nice to know that she is a champion. Now, I guess now we know why she is such a champion for the freaks and,
Yeah.
and sticks up for them so much because
As she calls them monsters, though.
yeah, well,
Yeah, but okay, that's another thing that I find so fascinating is like when she calls them monsters, her monsters or her freaks, whatever. It's with so much love. But when anyone else calls them freaks, they're like they recoil and kind of get pissed off. And I just love that because that is so about where our world is right now. You have to. It's all about context, not.
yep.
You can call somebody a lot of horrible things, but if it's in the right context, if it's coming out of love,
Yeah.
you can call anybody anything you want.
and she does have her
true.
she does have her favorites too. I mean, we meet Mon Petite, who is the world's smallest woman, which she's absolutely adorable.
Aw.
I found out tonight that she's 20 years old, which I didn't even know that. You know, I think that Elsa Fraulein, it's like her little child.
Fräulein Elsa.
Yeah, and she really wants to take care of these people as long as they don't cross her.
Well, duh.
She does have a lot of love for everybody in her show.
Well, I think
which
she also
is
appreciates
wonderful.
that they are her business as well. And as long as they're coming, then people will come to see her.
This is episode 1. I mean, things might
Yeah.
flip real quick.
That's
she
true.
might have, ulterior motives.
But she did go into what we're seeing is she does go to any lengths to keep the business going because
Yes.
they're getting threatened to be kicked out, and I'm assuming,
Didn't she sleep with the guy?
sexy time
She-
Tim.
oh.
They did imply that, didn't
Yes.
they?
They did.
Where's the schnapps?
You know, the only thing that makes me a little upset about this whole thing is that I feel like her character from this season and her character from the last 2 seasons are not that far off.
They are similar.
And Kathy Bates, there were like essences of her from last season as well. And I think that I was hoping that if you're going to keep the same characters, that they will all change drastically.
Same actors.
Yeah, sorry. And I don't see enough of that change happening, and so I'm hoping that at some point we'll get through this season and maybe something drastic will happen. But if that doesn't happen, that next season, if they're going to keep the same people, which I hope they do because they're fantastic actors,
right,
that they swap it completely. Like, I want to see Jessica Lange in a really vulnerable, fucked up place. Like, I want to see her almost being the one that's being taken control of, because she's always the one that's the boss lady.
It's true.
I mean, it was flipped in Asylum. It just took half the season for them to flip it.
Right, but that same dynamic is happening in this season. You can already see where she's flawed. You thought she would, and now she's going to be, and so there's that but I want to see her in a completely different role.
You're right.
Yeah.
Well, something new of this season that we haven't seen from Jessica Lange is her singing.
Ooh.
So
Are we going to get to that now?
we are getting into that right now because
I'm happy with that they chose an old. It is a Bowie song, right?
It is a Bowie song. It is "Life on Mars" from 1971, which is the one thing that I'm unhappy about. I don't care if they're gonna sing whatever. Have at it, but at least choose
You
a
and
song.
I are going to fight about that, period. I will cross this table.
At least choose a song from the time period. It's 1952, and she's singing a song that came out in 1971.
Wow.
Oh, well, you're going to be really disappointed for the rest of the season.
Does that mean that there's more singing?
More singing.
Uh-huh. And I want to stab my eyes out.
Okay,
Remember that eye scene you were talking about?
Yes.
I'd like to take a melon bar and like pull my eyes out.
Now, do we think that Ryan Murphy is feeling a lot of things because Glee is ending?
Obviously.
Doesn't
but
want to
don't
say goodbye.
put that on me.
Yeah.
I'm a horror fan. I want a freak show. And if
Right.
you're going to do weird circusy crap, then do weird circusy crap, because at least that's awesome and it's in the vein of what you're doing. But this makes me really angry and I'm getting really heated. I don't want singing like this, and just wait till the next episode, you guys.
Oh boy.
You have to think about it from an audience
insulting.
member's perspective that's going to the Freak Show. When you go to the Freak Show, right, you're going to see a sort of like a show, right? And if you don't have some aspect of like quote unquote real entertainment, people in the 50s might have gotten bored.
No, you're absolutely right.
Right?
There needs to be singing. And
There has
and
to
I
be
also
something.
think you're right where it should have been of that time period.
But can we also like amp it
And
up
it's
10
not.
notches
And it's
and
not.
have Stevie Nicks roll out
Oh,
and
yeah.
twirl and sing her
There we
song
go.
instead? Because I'd much rather have that
Can
since
we
she was in
bitch
it
a
last
little bit
season.
about that too? What the fuck was that last season? I'm seeing.
No, Stevie Nicks.
I love Stevie Nicks.
Yeah.
Not that. I didn't want to see that. I wanted something epically awesome. I didn't want an actual music video in my American Horror Story.
It was sort of a music
It was.
video.
I loved
it
it.
was. It was.
You loved
I
it.
loved it.
I think
I
a lot
love
of
Stevie
people were
Nicks.
happy to see her. I was very happy
Yeah.
to see her being a part of it, and more than just the song usage or whatever. But
Right.
I wanted her to be a part of it, not just.
Well,
Yeah.
they've had musical stars. Patti LaBelle is going to be on this season. She is going to be introduced eventually as Gabourey Sidibe's mother. She's not singing, I don't think. But again, they're still filming the episodes right now, so anything is possible.
She has to sing.
I mean, I would love to hear her sing. I would. I don't know where she fits in the storyline specifically, but I do know that she was cast and confirmed, and it's something that we have to look forward to, which is really nice. And don't get me wrong, Jessica Lange's voice was pretty. I enjoyed it.
It was whatever.
I just didn't think that it needed to be there. I would have loved to see another murder.
Can I just talk about her Dumb and Dumber suit?
Oh yeah.
Okay, so in the music video for Life on Mars, I keep wanting to say Life of Mars. Life on Mars, David Bowie does wear a powder blue suit with the white
Okay.
shirt and the big blue garage doors.
And
he
her
has,
name is
like, the
Elsa
big
Mars,
blonde-
guys.
Yeah.
Hello.
So, I mean, it all kind of fits
get it.
in, whatever.
Fits into the 70s.
Yes.
Yeah.
Just not to 1952, which is what made me mad.
I think that it just doesn't fit into American Horror Story.
It's hard. I know, it's hard.
I would take that scene out and put it anywhere else, like make it its own music video. Jessica Lange rocked it.
Right.
I thought David Bowie's
Extras.
song was done very well. All of that is cool. Don't put it in my show.
I agree. It's nice to have it maybe in the first episode. We don't necessarily need to see it again.
Don't worry, you won't see that again. Wait till you see the next episode.
Something else.
I know
Amazing.
now there's going to be singing probably every single episode.
Yikes.
And Pegah Rad in episode 2.
Well, guys, we have something to look forward to in
We
episode
do have something to look forward to. And we do find out also that Elsa has 2 missing legs from the knee down.
Yes.
Which was, I thought, a great way to sort of end the first episode because you thought that she was this hard boss lady and that she was controlling everything when really you find out, this is where you find out that she's got all her flaws and she's a freak just like her freaks, her little monsters.
Yeah.
Oh, wait, do you think that little monster thing is an ode to Gaga? Do you think that's what that's happening? Do you think that's what Ryan Murphy was doing?
I hope not.
I hope not. Did you just think of that right now?
Little monsters.
My little monsters.
She does do that. She
Jesus,
calls them
it
that.
might be possible. It is Ryan Murphy.
Do you think Gaga will appear on...
Oh boy.
Doubt it. She's pushing her new album with Tony Bennett.
Yeah.
She's busy.
Oh, she's busy doing something completely different.
yeah.
Totally different.
Thank goodness.
Goodness gracious.
But that's pretty much our episode, right?
Well, we meet Dandy and Gloria Mott too, which
Oh, right.
I was loving because it was funny. So, remind me of the actress's name.
Frances Conroy.
Frances Conroy. All right. So Frances Conroy obviously plays hoity-toity, much like Myrtle Snow.
Oh my gosh, she's the
Loved
greatest
Myrtle.
person.
She plays hoity-toity better than anybody.
Yes, she's
It's so good.
absolutely
She's so
lovely.
good. I love her.
And we meet Dandy, played by Finn Wittrock, and he is just David's gonna wear his hair like that next episode.
I
You
will.
have to. You
I will
should
wear
have
my
done it
hair like that
tonight.
next week.
Yes.
Had I known in advance, I would have
Do
done
you think
it.
you can do it? Your hair is definitely long enough.
Yeah, yeah,
Totally
yeah.
long
I'll
enough.
be able to do it.
Yeah.
So tune in
but
next week.
we see them, and they are watching the Freak Show. They are the sold out show that they keep talking about. And Dandy wants one of the freaks. So he goes to buy it, and they say no. And the only thing I was thinking the entire time, and I said this when we were screening it, I wanted her to just walk out and scream Balenciaga in her red, because I'm just like waiting for the conflict to happen because I know that they're going to be back. This is not going to be. They're throwing around money.
Well, a lot of money, too, for the time.
Yeah.
$15,000?
That's a lot.
To buy a freak.
Yeah.
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 To buy, like, a
So
person.
appropriate and politically correct. I want it now.
Well, I said it's very Charlie and the Chocolate Factory,
Yeah.
which
He's such a little asshole.
But I
He
think
really
he's
is.
in love with them.
I think he's enamored.
I think he's...
Why
Well,
do you,
yeah,
why
he's
do you think
fascinated.
that?
He's fascinated.
Just by the way that he looked at them, when they panned to his face, they showed the Siamese twins, then they panned to him, and he just was so excited and
little
pulled up his like
binoculars.
binoculars, which completely unnecessary,
Yeah.
but great.
They're like 2 feet away.
Oh, imagine if he becomes an investor in the show.
Oh,
Imagine
and
if
it's
he wants
because
to
of
marry
him.
one of the Siamese twins.
You can't marry one. Can you? They have one
know.
vagina.
I don't know.
Sort of
don't
invading
know.
them. Could the other one accuse him of rape if
Oh my
that
gosh.
got married? Like, how does that work?
Wow.
I don't
He
know.
has to marry both of them.
But you can't marry 2 people.
Well, there needs to be a law. Maybe they can only do it in Utah.
Yeah.
Maybe. Maybe.
Lord have mercy.
We'll figure it out.
Did anybody else notice how they were stabbing the detective, and it was kind of how they stabbed Mr. Axeman last season, the Coven? That
Oh,
brutal
yeah.
stabbing where they just wouldn't stop, and you're like, you can't watch, but you can.
Yeah, I was too busy looking at Twisty.
It's brutal.
I was writing things down. I missed the whole thing.
but it was really bad. And again, it's just like they're going to do anything to protect themselves and them as a group, regardless of what Elsa has to do with it, because she was completely unaware that this was even happening. So yet again, they have a couple more days before somebody goes looking for the detective.
Oh, yeah.
And then that's that.
Gotta protect the family.
Yeah. I don't know. I like what's
It's going to
going
turn
on
into
so
The
far.
Godfather.
I do
That's
too.
what
Oh my god.
Family comes first. Family comes first. Do you have any news and gossip?
You know what? There has been so many things going on that I don't want to talk about news and gossip yet, because I think that we're going to find out a lot of what I'm going to talk about in the next show. And I know that all of our fans, you guys are so loyal. We love you. And I know that you really don't like spoilers. So I'm not going to do that.
Okay.
I think that we should opt out this week.
Okay.
I'll have some news and gossip next week. But shall we predict?
Yeah, let's jump into predictions.
Cool.
And now, your AfterBuzz TV.
It's getting fancy in here. Now, Carrie, I want to start with you, but I want to get your season predictions.
Oh no.
As opposed to,
Yeah.
since you already seen next episode.
Yeah, and I'm not going to spoil it for anybody.
What do you think?
No passing notes, you guys.
Season-wise.
Sorry.
Carrie,
Will you go on a date with me? Check yes or no.
Season-wise, what do you think is going to be happening?
Oh God, it's the whole season.
Well, what would you like to see happen? Maybe like choose a character and.
I want that fork tongue guy from the trailer to come.
Okay.
That's what I predict that he's going to be my new boyfriend.
The Lizard Man?
Lizard Man.
What I'm hoping will happen, which probably won't happen, but what I was getting at earlier is that I hope Elsa I hope she changes a lot from being the very control freak that she is. I hope that whole thing just gets pulled out right from under her. And I see there has to be an addition to there needs to be more freaks.
Yeah.
They're going to add in some more people. She's going to keep collecting them as the season goes on. So maybe there's hope for my lizard man. You probably have some more insight.
Yeah, what are you thinking?
Okay, let's go.
I don't know. I think something bigger, someone bigger is going to come, and
Like Axeman.
Axeman or something else that's going to either threaten the freak show besides the guy that was trying to kick him out. But somebody bigger. Maybe it's who was the guy that's trying to buy it or might buy it?
Oh, Dandy.
Dandy. Something's going to come and put the whole freak show at jeopardy, and then that's where we're going to see like Elsa's weakness, or maybe her evil. Maybe she'll become super evil.
Maybe it's the clown.
Maybe it's the clown. What if the clown reveals himself and he's like, I don't know. There's so much.
Oh, but wait, we still have a bunch of characters that we know for a fact are in this season that have not
Yeah.
been introduced yet. So
Emma
obviously
Roberts.
there's going to be some serious, some shit's going down, you
Michael
guys.
Chiklis. I just like
Angela
so
Bassett.
Angela Bassett.
He's the strong man. Everybody knows this already. He's going to be the strong man. She's going to be the woman with 3 boobies.
Triple boob
Oh my
woman.
God.
Yay!
Right, Angela Bassett is that. I saw that today and I was like, she's got 3 boobs.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Weird.
And the
I took a
pictures they
double take.
released, look, I mean, that cleavage is like a W.
Yeah.
Yes. It's crazy.
It is kind of crazy. I'm excited to see that.
So
Jigglypuff.
I love Sarah Paulson, so I am hoping that Bet and Dot turn on each other. Since they have opposite personalities,
They kind of already did, though, because Dot stabbed Bet already,
Yeah.
trying to kill her. So will they revisit that, you
well, I'm thinking that one is going to try to do something to the other because they share the same heart, right? So if their heart stops,
they have two hearts.
Two different
Two
hearts.
different hearts.
4 lungs.
Okay.
But they share a circulatory system.
And they share a kidney.
So, like, when
I
she
mean,
was
a bladder.
smoking, the other one can blow it
Right.
out.
Right.
So,
I mean, I know that it's going to cause a ton of conflict over the season just because they're so in different places about the freak show. Yeah, they don't want to go with Dandy and Gloria, but staying here, I think that
one of them's going to fall in love. One of them is
yeah,
going
I mean, it
to
has
want
to.
to have sex.
Dot wants out of everything. She's also pissed about her mom. Like, there are just a lot of things going on. And I mean, even I don't have a sister, but I have a brother. And I can't imagine, just a normal sister-sister relationship. They argue about enough stuff, but they're attached.
Like you can never escape.
Yeah, so I'm hoping that we see more of that. I also heard a rumor that Neil Patrick Harris might be involved.
Really?
Today I heard that. So I hope so. He's very interested and he's openly spoke out about it.
Will he be the character from Gone Girl?
He will probably be singing.
Yikes. But I am excited and I hope that happens. David, predict.
Okay. The only thing I can think of as of right now is that I have a feeling that Bet and Dot's true natures are going to flip from what we think they are.
Okay.
So I have a feeling that Bet is going to end up being like a crazy psychopath, and Dot is going to be the one who's the sweet one, and Dot is going to end up being the one who falls in love.
Okay.
And I have a feeling it's going to be with Lobster Man, with Jimmy, just because of what she said in her diary. She said that she was, when they were talking, Bet talked about how excited she was to be in the limelight, blah, 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 and Dot was like, all these freaks, it's disgusting, but there is a ray of light. So that is like the one thing that I'm thinking as of right now. And I think that the clown Twisty might be the demise of the freak show, even though I know that he wants to be part of it.
Okay.
I want to watch Rob Zombie walk through the center of this show. That's my prediction.
Rob Zombie comes. Now, Carrie, I know you have a charity that you work with called Skyballs.
Wow, we're just going right there.
We're going right there.
Twisty to Skyballs.
Yes, well, this is very important for anybody that has a boy in their life that they care about.
A boy in their life?
A boy.
Okay.
Skyballs is it's a charity raising money and awareness for male cancer.
Testicular cancer?
All kinds of male cancer.
Okay.
Prostate cancer, testicular cancer, and breast cancer. And the thing is that men, unlike women, where we're all talking about breast cancer, we all talk about like, hey, have you checked your stuff? Hey, I found this thing. Is there anything? We all discuss it. But guys, if you feel something weird happening, you guys don't talk about it, and then you like refuse to go to the doctor, and it's all stupid. Testicular cancer is, I think it's like almost 100% curable if it's caught early, and you guys don't like to talk about it, so you don't go and get it checked out, and then it becomes too late, and that's why people die. That's why the men die. So anyway, we're trying to raise funds and raise awareness. We're trying to build this gigantic air balloon in the shape of testicles to fly over all kinds of festivals that you guys can take a ride in the giant sky
testicles.
Yes, it is all that kind of a wonder. Talk about Freak Show. There it is.
That's really wonderful. I had a friend, when he was 25, got diagnosed with testicular cancer. So it is one of those things that, like, it is great to bring awareness because it is something that men don't talk about.
They need to. It's not that big a deal.
It is not that big of a deal.
Get checked.
And you know what? Touch up, feel up the one you love. I think that's how this works. You guys can find it as well. Like women can take a big part in it, but it's all about the guy being, I guess, man enough to just admit that there's something wrong with your balls.
Yeah.
Right.
And go get them checked out.
Go get them checked.
It's okay.
And to get checked for prostate. Get your prostates checked and check your boobies.
And if you guys want to participate in the Skyballs, you can go. It's hashtag Skyballs or hashtag Let's Build Skyballs, and you can donate $1. You can donate $1,000. We're just trying to raise awareness, and so like flying balls is going to be
That's great.
the best way to sort of show everybody that they need
Awesome.
to look at their own.
Is there a
balls.
website?
Yeah, it's a male cancer awareness charity.com, I think. But if you go on to anything and just type in hashtag Skyballs, you'll find it.
Oh, okay.
Well, what a way to end the show with some balls.
Right?
Let's do it.
I love it. Well, thank you guys for joining us, Carrie. It was a pleasure to have
Thank you for breaking
here.
my AfterBuzz cherry.
We'd love to have you back.
We'd love to have you back. Pegah will be back with us on the 22nd.
Because Peg's bad.
Yeah.
Pegah is rad. Julie, thank you for coming back with me.
Oh, no problem.
Sarah and Oriana will be back as well next week. And from everyone here at the AfterBuzz TV
Well,
studios.
wait, you're wrapping it up quick.
I know.
Carrie, where
I
can we
always
find
forget.
you?
On
social
everything is
media.
at Carrie Keagan. Everything.
Okay.
Pegah, where are you rad?
Instagram and Twitter at Pegah Rad.
Awesome. I am on Instagram and Twitter at Jillian Leff or on Facebook at Jillian Leff Official.
And I am on Twitter and Instagram at You Can Call Me Skiff.
All right, now we're done.
And now we are done. Thank you for joining us. We will see you next week.
From executive producers Maria Menounos, Kevin Undergaro, Phil Svitek, and the entire AfterBuzz TV staff, we would like to thank you for listening to the AfterBuzz TV network. To watch or listen to other after shows and post comments or questions, be sure to visit AfterBuzzTV.com. I'm Sir Richard Wentworth, and this has been a presentation of AfterBuzz TV.
Buzz you later.
The views expressed herein are those of the hosts only and do not necessarily reflect the views of AfterBuzz TV or its owners or principals.